Have you ever struggled with writing an application or answering questions to an application? Maybe you're trying to apply for a scholarship, a fellowship, or, an opportunity to enhance what you're already doing. And then there are this set of questions, you don't know how to go about them, especially as an employee who works in an organization. In this video, I am going to help you do that. So let's dive right in. One of the first mistakes that a lot of people make is that they just dive right in to answer the question. But in answering the questions, this is the first thing that you should do. Number one, understand the question. Really understand what the question is saying. And the best way to do that is to define the keywords in the question. For instance, there's a question that says, describe a time in your life where you led a project in sustainability. Now, there are keywords in that question. The first keyword is description. So they need you to describe a time. That means an event. It doesn't have to. So in answering this question, if you just go about talking about your leadership experience, of course they are looking for your leadership experience. But in this case, they are looking for your leadership experience in a particular project that you managed. Now, they have also specified a time when you led a sustainable project or a project in sustainability. So you have to critically look at all the projects that you have managed or all the projects that you have led that are related to sustainability and which one, stands out for you. That is the one that you would use to answer this question. When you're answering the question, always look at the hidden expectation. What are they looking for? So in this case, the hidden expectation is your leadership skill in managing sustainability project. So that leading expectation is often undertoned, but very important to the person that is going to be reading your project. So in answering the question, you do not need to say, I was part of a team, or my team did this. No, this is the time where you need to shine your light. This is the time where you need to blow your trumpet and say, I led the team to do XYZ, or I led this aspect of the project that achieved XYZ. That way, you're answering the hidden expectation in that question. Now that you perfectly understand how to answer the question and you have described your question, you have broken down the questions, the next thing is for you to structure your questions. And the best way for you to structure your question is using the STAR method. It's a method that is proven to have been tried and trusted. The STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and results. For you to better understand this, we're going to apply a question to the STAR method so that you're able to better understand this method and use it when you have the next essay writing application. The question is, describe a time when you demonstrated leadership in a challenging situation. Now, in answering that question, you look at the situation first. Of course, you have broken down all the aspects of the question. Look at the situation. The situation is talking about where are you? What's happened where you were at? So the situation here is where are you at and what was happening. Now, when I was in XYZ organization, I found out that there was an issue with XYZ and I came up with an idea to do XYZ. Now, coming up with an idea is the task. For instance, my experience working at recyclers made me to understand that there are people called waste pickers who bring recyclables to different organizations apart from recyclers, and they are self-employed. They work without personal protective equipment, and for me that was a major issue, because if they go around picking up things with their bare hands and then they still use those hands to eat and still, put that same hand in bins that have like bottles and all of those things. They are exposed to injury. In describing the situation, sometimes you might have to include time. For instance, in 2014 or in 2015, just ask yourself the basic question of where was I and what was happening. The next thing is the task. The task is addressing the problem that you're trying to solve. In that example, I was trying to solve a problem where waste pickers did not have personal protective equipment to work with. So what was the problem that you were trying to solve? State out the problem clearly, and that moves to action. Action is, what did you do to solve the problem? This is the part of the question where you answer the hidden request, the hidden expectation of the person that is asking the question. Show your leadership skill. In order to help, for instance, in order to help waste pickers to put on personal protective equipment, I came up with a project to get personal protective equipment from various organizations and distribute them to waste pickers. That is what I did. Or I led the team to get partners who were interested in the work of waste pickers. We wrote an application to them to get funding to be able to buy personal protective equipment for waste pickers. That is an action that I took towards solving that problem. So what action exactly did you take towards solving this problem? Try to be as concise as possible. Go straight to the point and tell us what you did. And then finally, the results. This is where you have to blow your trumpet. You really have to blow your trumpet. And in blowing your trumpet, it is very important that you quantify what you have done. So after I had reached out to, let's say I reached out to different organizations and got funding, I led the team to raise X amount of money. Ensure that it is the exact amount. You don't have to lie. You don't have to exaggerate it. State what it is. And with that help, we're able to provide 50 personal protective equipment for waste pickers in Lagos Island. That is enough. You don't have to say 5,000. You don't have to say 2,000. If what you did was 50, that is fine. That is the result. If what you did was 100, fine. If what you did was 10,000, please say 10,000. Don't minimize it and don't exaggerate it. Say your result the way it was. After that, is there a behavioral change that has happened after, what the project that you have led? So for instance, did waste pickers now start wearing personal protective equipment? Did you also reach out to them? So this is also letting the person reading know that, I don't just do project and that is the end of it after the project. I go back to find out how effective the project is. You talk about how that now waste pickers around that area now wear the personal protective equipment, and as a result, either by speaking to them, you found out that, the rate of injury has reduced by X percentage. Do the calculation, do the mathematics, and put that percentage in there. Bonus tip: always add a lesson that you have learned from doing that project. You can also add how that project is related to the application that you are doing, or how this application how this fellowship or program that you're applying for would apply or impact that project, or how the lesson that you have learned from this project has led you now to want to apply for this opportunity, so that you are able to learn more, to be able to do more or enhance the work that you do. I'm wishing you success in all of your applications. If you have any question, please put them in the comment section and I'm able to answer as much as I can. Also, I'll be dropping a video next week on things to on common mistakes that people make when they're applying for opportunities. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on your notification bell so you will know when I drop this video and every other videos that will help you
on your journey to getting access to global opportunities. See you on the other side of growth. Bye.